I finally got the one thing I wanted more than anything in university: a seat at the table with the girl everyone wanted to be. She was magnetic, she was the campus it girl, and she was the powerhouse. I thought that would be my ticket to the top. I spent weeks and days manifesting that I want to work with her, and I take a leap of faith and I went and I asked her, I want to work with you on the group projects. And long story short, she said yes, and we worked together. But here's the thing, they don't tell you about working with your idols. Sometimes the brighter their light shines, the easier it is for you to disappear in their shadow. That was the honeymoon period. We started working together. One project turned into two, then three. On the paper, it was perfect. We were winning, we were hitting the deadlines, and the work was high quality. I was enjoying working with the whole team, the strategy, the hurt, and the all the efforts that we put. But slowly, I started noticing a pattern. When people talked about our project and the professor talked about our project, they didn't say the team did a great job. They said, look at what she did. Look at what her teammates did. When we walked into a room, I wasn't Shania, the strategist. I was just a member of her team. I was only becoming a ghost in front of everybody. And then there is realization hit. It was a conscious realization. I looked at the work I had poured myself into and realized there was no me left in it. My identity and has completely swallowed by the brand, by her brand. I was thinking and I had to ask myself a really hard question. Do I want to be a shadow in someone's success story, or do I want to be an author of my own, or do I want to be a leader, and do I want it to be known as leader? I realized that you can admire someone, you can want to learn from them, and you can support them, but the moment you feel like your own growth is being stunned to keep their garden clean, it is time to move on. So I did. the hardest thing. I backed down. I left the winning group to start my own. It was terrifying because I went from being part of something big to being the only person in something small. But it was hard. I was always sitting and thinking about, am I taking the right decision? Is what I have to do? Because for first 2 to 3 months, when I had the opportunity to network the most, I was sitting with the winning group and I was winning, but I was not looking for other people who are better in their own respective topics. But here in the university and the corporate lessons I want you to take away today, it is that you better to lead a small unknown group where you are you than to be a ghost in the famous one. Your identity is the one currency that actually appreciates over time. Don't spend it all building someone else's momentum. And that's what I have learned when I was in the high school and I completed the high school. I did a lot of shadow work. I did a lot of meditation. I gained all the confidence and I gained all the self-worth that I never thought I had. And that was the right thing for me to do. At that point of time, I backed out and I made my own group. And when I had word with other people as well who was in the same group, they said the same thing, and a lot of people didn't like that they were being the shadow in a group. And that's how I realized that I have to keep my identity over anything. So that's it for today's lesson. I'm starting this channel to talk about exactly this, the university shifts, the corporate hurdles, and everything in between that shapes who we are. I want this to be a conversation. Tell me your story. Have you ever felt like you were losing your identity in a group or under a boss? Drop it in the comments. I will be reading them and giving my perspective in the next video. Or you can drop down your whole story in the email, and I will be putting down the email in my description. I'm Shania, and I'll see you in the comments. Thank you.